blessed voice, speak to me! If there be any good thing to be done, and let it either ease or grace to me, speak to me! If thou art privy to thy country's fate, which happily foreknowing may avoid, oh speak! Oh stand, speak! Stop it, Marcella!
Shall I strike at it with my partisan?
You women will not stand!
What is here?
What is here?
'Tis gone! We do it wrong, being so majestical to offer it the show of violence. For it is as the air, invulnerable, and our vain blows malicious mockery.
It was about to speak when the cock crew. And then it started like a guilty thing upon a fearful summons. I have heard the cock that is the trumpet to the morn doth with his lofty and shrill-sounding throat awake the god of day, and at his warning, whether in sea or fire, in earth or air, the extravagant and erring spirit hies to his confine, and of the truth herein this present object made probation.
It faded on the crowing of the cock. Some say that ever gainst that season comes wherein our Saviour's birth is celebrated, this bird of dawning singeth all night long, and then they say no spirit dares stir abroad. The nights are wholesome. Then no planet strikes, no fairy takes, nor witch hath power to charm. So hallowed and so gracious is that time. But look, the morn in russet mantle clad walks o'er the dew of yon high eastward hill.
Break we our watch up, and by my advice let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet. For by my life, this spirit dumb to us will speak to him. Do you consent we shall acquaint him with it? As needful in our loves, fitting our duty.
Let's do it, I pray. I this morning know where we shall find him most convenient.
Of Hamlet, our dear brother's death, the memory be green, and that it us befitted to bear our hearts in grief, and our whole kingdom to be contracted in one brow of woe. Yet so far hath discretion fought with nature, that we, with wisest sorrow, think on him, together with remembrance of ourselves. Therefore our sometime sister, now our queen, the imperial jointress to this warlike state, have we as 'twere with a defeated joy, with one auspicious and one dropping eye, with mirth in funeral, and with dirge in marriage, in equal scale, weighing delight and dole, taken to wife. Nor have we herein barred your better wisdoms, which are freely gone with this affair along, for all. Our thanks, hear, hear. And now, Laertes, what's the news with you? You told us of some suit. What is Laertes? You cannot speak of reason to the Dane and lose your voice. What wouldst thou beg, Laertes, that shall not be my offer, not thy asking? The head is not more native to the heart, the hand more instrumental to the mouth, than is the throne of Denmark to thy mother. What wouldst thou have, Laertes?
My dread lord, your leave and favour to return to France, from whence, though willingly, I came to Denmark to show my duty in your coronation, yet now I must confess that duty done. My thoughts and wishes bend again toward France. And bow them to your gracious leave and pardon.
Have you your mother's leave? What says Polonia?
He hath, my lord, wrung from me my slow leave by laboursome petition. I do beseech you give him leave to go.
Take thy fair hour, Laertes. Time be thine and thy best graces, spend it at thy will.
Yes!
But now, my cousin, Hamlet, and my son.
A little more than kin and less than kind.
How is it that the clouds still hang on you?
Not so, my lord. I am too much in the sun.
Good Hamlet, cast thy nighted colour off, and let thine eye look like a friend on Denmark. Do not forever with thy veiled lid seek for thy noble father in the dust. Thou knowest 'tis common. All that lives must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Aye, madam, 'tis common.
If it be, why seems it so particular with thee?
Seems, madam, nay, it is. I know, not seems. 'Tis not alone my inky cloak, good mother, nor customary suits of solemn black, nor windy suspiration of forced breath, nor the fruitful rivet in the eye, or the dejected behaviour of the visage together, with all moods form shapes of grief that can denote me truly. For these indeed seem, for they are actions that a man might play. But I have that within which passeth show, these but the trappings and the suits of woe.
'Tis sweet and commendable in your nature, Hamlet, to give these mourning duties to your father. But you must know your father lost a father, that father lost his, and the survivor bound in filial obligation for some term to do obsequious sorrow. But to persever in obstinate condolement is a course of impious stubbornness. 'Tis unmanly grief. It's a fault against the dead, a fault to nature, to reason most absurd, whose common theme is death of fathers, and who still hath cried from the first corpse till he that died today, this must be so. Now we pray you, throw to earth this unprevailing woe, and think of us as of a father. For let the world take note, you are the most immediate to our throne. And with no less nobility of love than that which dearest father bears his son, do I impart toward you. For your intent in going back to school in Wittenberg, it is most retrograde to our desire, and we beseech you, bend you to remain, here in the cheer and comfort of our eye, our chiefest courtier, cousin, and our son.
Let not thy mother lose her prayers, Hamlet. I pray thee stay with us. Go not to Wittenberg.
I shall in all my best obey you, madam.
Why, 'tis a loving and a fair reply. Be as ourself in Denmark. Come away.
Ah! It is too solid flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew. Although the everlasting had not fixed his cannon against self-slaughter. Oh, God. God! How weary still, flat and unprofitable seem to me of the uses of this world. Fie. 'Tis an unweeded garden that grows to seed. Things rank and gross in nature possess it merely. That it should come to this. But 2 months' death, nay, not so much. Not 2. So excellent a king, that was to this Hyperion to a satyr. So loving to my mother, that he might not beteem the winds of heaven visit her face too roughly. Oh, heaven and earth, must I remember? While she would hang on him, as if increase of appetite had grown by what it fed on. And yet within a month, let me not think on. Frailty, thy name is woman. A little month, and ere those shoes were old with which she followed my poor father's body like Niobe, all tears. Why she, even she, oh God, a beast that once discourse of reason would have mourned longer, married with my uncle, my father's brother, but no more like my father than I too, Hercules. Within a month, and ere the salt of most unrighteous tears had left the flashing in her collied eyes, she married, oh most wicked speech, a post with such dexterity to incestuous she. It is not, nor it cannot come to good, but break my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
Hail to your lordship.
I'm glad to see thee well. Horatio, oh, I did forget myself.
The same, my lord, and your poor servant ever.
Sir, my good friend, I'll change that name with you. But what make you from Wittenberg, Horatio? Marcella, my good lord, I'm very glad to see you. But what if faith make you from Wittenberg?
A truant disposition, good my lord.
I would not hear your enemy say so. I know you are no truant. But what is your affair in Elsinore? Will teach you to drink deep ere you depart.
My lord, I came to see your father's funeral.
I prithee, fellow student, do not mock me. I think it was to see my mother's wedding.
Indeed, my lord, it followed hard upon.
Thrift, Horatio. The funeral baked meats, the coldly furnished forth the marriage tables. Had I met my dearest foe in heaven, I'd seen that day, Horatio. My father. Methinks I see my father.
Where, my lord?
In my mind's eye, Horatio.
My lord, I think I saw him yesternight.
Saw who?
My lord, the king, your father.
The king, my father.
2 nights together had Marcella on her watch, and the dead fast in the middle of the night been thus encountered. A figure like your father appears before her. This to me dreadful secrecy in part she did, and I with her the 3rd night kept the watch, where as she had delivered, both in time, form of the thing, each word made true and good, the apparition comes.
Where was this? My lord, upon the platform where we watch. And did you not speak to it?
My lord, I did. But even then the morning cock crew loud, and at the sound it shrunk in haste away and vanished from our sight.
'Tis very strange.
As I do live, my honoured lord, 'tis true.
Hold you the watch tonight?
We do, my lord.
And saw you its fate?
Oh, yes, my lord.
And how looked it? Frowningly?
A countenance more in sorrow than in anger.
Pale or red?
Nay, very pale.
And fixed his eyes upon you?
Most constantly.
I would I had been there.
It would have much amazed you.
Very light. Stayed it long?
While one with moderate haste might tell 100.
Longer.
Not when I saw it.
I will watch tonight. The chance to walk again.
I want it will.
If it assume my noble father's person, I will speak to it. Though hell itself should gape and bid me hold my peace. I pray you both, if you have hitherto concealed this sight, let it be tenable in your silence still. I will requite your loves. So fare you well. Upon the platform twixt 11 and 12, I'll visit you.
Our duty to your honour.
Your loves as mine to you. Farewell.
Farewell.
Farewell. My father's spirit. All is not well. I doubt some foul play. Would the night would come. Till then, sit still, my soul. Foul deeds will rise, though all the earth overwhelm them to men's eyes.
My necessaries are embarked. Farewell. And sister, as the winds give benefit and convoy is assistant, do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet, and the trifling of his favour, hold it a fashion, and a toy in blood, violet in the youth of primy nature, forward, not permanent, sweet, not lasting, the perfume and suppliance of a minute, no more.
No more but so.
Think it no more. Perhaps he loves you now, and now no soil nor quartal doth besmirch the virtue of his will. But you must fear, his greatness weighed, his will is not his own. For he himself is subject to his birth. He may not, as unvalued persons do, carve for himself, for on his choice depends the sanity and health of the whole state. And weigh what loss your honour may sustain, if with too credent ear you list his songs, or you lose your heart, or your chaste treasure open to his unmastered importunity. Fear it, Ophelia. Fear it, my dear sister, and keep you in the rear of your affection, out of the shot and danger of desire. Be wary then. Best safety lies in fear. Youth to itself rebels, though none else near.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep as watchman to my heart. But good my brother, do not, as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven whiles, like a puffed and reckless liberty, himself the primrose path of dalliance treads, and recks not his own reed.
Oh, fear me not. I stay too long. But here our mother comes.
Yet here, Laertes, aboard, for shame. The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for. There. My blessing with thee. And these few precepts in thy memory look thou character. Yet thy thought, no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought is act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. The friends thou hast, and their adoption tried, grapple them to thy soul with hoops of steel. But do not dull thy palm with entertainment of each new-hatched, unfledged comrade. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in, bear it that the opposer may beware of thee. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Costly thy habit as thy purse can buy, but not expressed in fancy. Rich, not gaudy. For the apparel oft proclaims the man, and they in France of the best rank and station are of all most select and generous, chief in that. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This, above all, to thine own self be true. And it must follow as the night the day thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell. My blessing season this in thee.
Mwah, most humbly do I take my leave, mother.
Sire invites you go, your servant's 10.
Farewell, Ophelia, and remember well what I have said to you.
Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
Farewell.
What is Ophelia he hath said to you? So please you, something touching the Lord Hamlet. Marry, well bethought. 'Tis told me he hath very oft of late given private time to you, and you yourself have of your audience been most free and bounteous. What is between you? Give me up the truth. He hath, madam, of late made many tenders of his affection to me. Affection? You speak like a green girl, unsifted in such perilous circumstance. Do you believe his tenders, as you call them? I do not know, my lady, what I should think. Marry, I'll teach you. Tender yourself more dearly, not to crack the wind of the ball phrase running it thus. You tender me a fool. Madam, you have importuned me with love in honourable fashion. That fashion you may call it. Go to. And have given countenance to his speech, my lady, with almost all the holy vows of heaven. Aye, springers to catch woodcocks. I do know, when the blood burns, how prodigal the soul lends the tongue vows. This is for all. I would not, in plain terms, from this time forth, have you so slander any moment leisure as to give words or talk with the Lord Hamlet. Look to it, I charge you. Come your ways. I shall obey, mother. What are we now?
I think it lacks of 12.
No, it is struck.
Indeed? I heard it not. It then draws near the season wherein the spirit held his wont to walk. What does this mean, my lord?
The king doth wait tonight and takes his rounds, keeps wassail in the swaggering upspring reels, and as he drains his draughts of Rhenish down, the kettle drum and trumpet thus cry out the triumph of his pledge.
Is it a custom?
I know it is, but to my mind, the native here into the manner born is a custom more honoured in the breach than in the observance.
My lord, it comes.
Angels and ministers of grace defend us. Be thou the spirit of hell, our goblin down. Bring with the airs from heaven or blast from hell. Be thou intense, wicked, or charitable. Thou comest in such a questionable shape, and I will speak to thee. I will call thee Hamlet, King, Father, Royalty. I'll answer thee. But let me not burst in ignorance, but tell why thy canonized bones, hearsed in death, have burst their cerements, while the sepulchre, wherein we saw thee quietly interred, have oped its ponderous and marble jaws to cast thee up again. What may this mean? Say! Why is this? Wherefore? What shall we do?
It beckons you to go away with it. As if it's some impartment to desire to you alone.
But do not go with it!
No, by no means.
It will not speak, and I will follow it.
Do not, my lord.
Why? What should be the fear? but a pin's feet. And as to my soul, what can it do to that, being a thing immortal as itself? He waves me forth again. Go on. I'll follow thee.
What do you intend to do toward the flag, my lord? Or to the dreadful summit of the cliff that beats our his face into the sea? And there assume some other horrible form, which might deprive your sovereignty of reason and draw you into madness.
Still I am called. Go on. I'll follow thee.
You shall not go, my lord.
Hold up your hands.
Be rude. You shall not go.
My fate cries out and makes every petty artery in this body as hardy as an Aenean life's love. Unhand me, gentlemen! By heaven! I'll make a good step in that lets me! I say, away! Go on! I'll follow thee!
He waxes desperate with imagination.
Let's follow. 'Tis not fit thus to obey him.
Hereafter, to what issue will this come?
Something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
Heaven will direct it.
Nay, let's follow him! Whither will thou lead me? Speak! I'll go no further.
Mark me.
I will.
My hour is almost come when I to sulphurous and tormenting flames must render up myself.
Alas, poor ghost.
Pity me not, but lend thy serious hearing to what I shall unfold.
Speak. I am bound to hear.
So art thou to revenge when thou shalt hear.
What?
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, and for the day confined to fast in fires, till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. But that I am forbid to tell the secrets of my prison house, I could a tale unfold whose lightest word would harrow up thy soul, freeze thy young blood, make thy two eyes like stars start from their spheres, thy knotted and combined locks to part, and each particular hair to stand on end like quills upon the fretful porcupine. But this eternal blazon must not be to ears of flesh and blood. List, list, oh list, if thou didst ever thy dear father love,
Oh, God.
revenge his foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder!
Murder, most foul as in the best it is, but this most foul, strange, and unnatural.
Hasten me to hear it, that I with wings as swift as meditation or the thoughts of love may swoop to my revenge.
I find the app. 'Tis given out that sleeping in mine orchard, a serpent stung me. So the whole ear of Denmark is by a forged process of my death rankly abused. But know, thou noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
Oh, my pathetic soul. Mine uncle!
Ay, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wit, with traitorous gifts. Oh, wicked wit and gifts that have the power so to seduce one to his shameful lust, the will of my most seeming virtuous queen. Oh, Hamlet, what a falling off was there from me, whose love was of that dignity that it went hand in hand even with the vow I made to her in marriage, and to decline upon a wretch whose natural gifts were poor to those of mine. But virtue, as it never will be moved, though lewdness caught it in a shape of heaven, so lust, though to a radiant angel linked, will sate itself in a celestial bed and prey on garbage. Soft, methinks I scent the morning air. Brief let me be. Sleeping within my orchard, my custom always in the afternoon, upon my secure hour, thy uncle stole, with juice of cursed Hebanon in a vial, and in the porches of mine ears did pour the leprous distilment, whose effect holds such an enmity with blood of man, that swift as quicksilver it courses through the natural gates and alleys of the body, and with sudden vigor it doth posit and curd like eager droppings into milk, the thin and wholesome blood. So did it mine, and a most instant tetter barked about, most lazar-like with fire and loathsome crust, all my smooth body. Thus was I, sleeping by a brother's hand, of life, of crown, of queen, at once dispatched, cut off even in the blossoms of my sin, unhouselled, disappointed, unannealed, no reckoning made but sent to my account with all my imperfections on my head. Oh, horrible! Oh, horrible! Most horrible! If thou hast nature in thee, bear it not. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and damned incest. But howsoever thou pursuest this act, taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother aught. Leave her to heaven, and to those thorns that in her bosom lodge, to prick and sting her. Very well, at once. The glowworm shows the matter to be near, hints to pale his ineffectual fire. Adieu. 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 Remember me.
Shall I couple hell? Remember thee. Yea, from the table of my memory I will wipe away all trivial fond records, all sorts of books, all precious past, the youth and observation copy there. And thy commandment all alone shall live within the book and volume of my brain, unmixed with baser matter. Oh, yes, by heaven! Oh, most pernicious woman! Oh, villain! Villain! Smiley, damn it, villain! That one may smile and be a villain. At least I'm sure it may be so in Denmark. So, uncle, there you are. Now to my word. It is a Jew. A Jew. Remember me. I have sworn.
My lord!
Lord Hamlet! So be it.
Your head.
How is my noble lord?
What news, my lord?
Ah, wonderful!
Could my lord tell it?
You will reveal it.
Not I, my lord, by heaven.
Not I, my lord. How say you then? Would heart of man once sink it? But you'll be secret.
I, by heaven, my lord.
By heaven, my lord. There's never a villain dwelling in all Denmark, but he's an arrant knave.
These are but wild and whirling words, my lord.
I'm sorry they offend you. Hardly, yes, faith, hardly.
There's no offence, my lord.
Oh, yes, by St. Patrick, but there is, Horatio. And much offence, too. Touching this vision here, it is an honest ghost. That, let me tell you. But for your desire to know what is between us, oh, master it as you may. So, friends, as you are friends, scholar and soldier, give me one poor request.
What is, my lord? We will.
Never make known what you have seen tonight.
My lord, we will not.
Never, my lord. Nay, but swear.
In faith, my lord, not I.
Not I, my lord, in faith. Upon my arm. We have sworn, my lord, already. Indeed, upon my arm, indeed.
Propose the oath, my lord.
Never to speak of this that you have seen. Swear.
Oh, day and night, but this is wondrous strange.
Then as a stranger, give it welcome. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. But come, here, as before, never. So help you mercy. How strange or odd some'er I bear myself, as I hereafter perchance shall think meet to put an antic disposition on, that you at such times sing me, never shout with arms encumbered thus, or this head shake, or by pronouncing of some doubtful phrases, we know, or we couldn't if we would, or if we list to speak, or there be, and if they might, or such ambiguous giving out, to know that you know aught of me. This do swear. So grace and mercy at your most need help you. Rise, perturbed spirit. So, friend, with all my love, I do commend me to you. And what so poor a man as Hamlet is may do to express his love and friending to you. God willing shall not lack. Let's go in together, and still, your fingers on your lips, I pray you. The time is out of joy. Oh, cursed spite, that ever I was born to set it right. Here, come! Let's go together!
Rinaldo.
I will, my lady.
You shall do marvellous wisely, good Rinaldo, before you visit him to make inquire of his behaviour.
Madam, I did intend it.
Marry. Well said, very well said. Look you, sir, inquire me first what dames there are in Paris. If they do know my son, come you more nearer, as thus. I know his mother and his friends, but it be he, I mean, he's very wild, addicted so-and-so. And there lay on him what forgeries you please.
As gaming, my lady.
Aye, or drinking, fencing, swearing, quarrelling, drabbing. Yeah, you may go so far.
Well, my good lady.
Wherefore should you do this?
I, my lady, I would know that.
Your bait of falsehood takes this carp of truth. And thus do we of wisdom and of reach, with windlasses and with the says of bias, by indirections find directions out. You have me, have you not?
My lady, I have.
Observe his inclination in yourself.
I shall, my lady.
And let him ply his music.
Well, my lady.
Farewell. And now, Ophelia. What's the matter? Oh, Mother! Mother, I have been so affrighted! With what, in the name of God? My lady, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet, with his doublet all embraced, pale as his shirt, his knees knocking each other, and with a look so piteous in purport, as if he had been loosed out of hell to speak of horrors, he comes before me. Mad for thy love. My lady, I do not know, but truly I do fear it. What said he? He took me by the wrist and held me hard. Then goes he to the length of all his arm, and with his other hand thus over his brow he falls, to such perusal of my face as he would draw it. Long stayed he, sir? At last, a little shaken of mine arm, and thrice he said, thus waving up and down, he raised a sigh, so piteous and profound as it did seem to shatter all his bulk and end his being. Come, go with me. I will go seek the king. This is the very ecstasy of love, whose violent property fordoes itself, and leads the will to desperate undertakings, as oft as any passion under heaven that does afflict our natures. I'm sorry. What? Have you given him any hard words of late? No, my good madam. But as you did command, I did repel his letters and denied his access to me. That hath made him mad. I'm sorry that with better heed and judgment I have not quoted him. I feared he did but trifle and meant to rack thee. Come, go we to the king. This must be known, which being kept close might move more grief to hide than hate to utter love. Come.
Welcome, dear Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Moreover, that we much did long to see you, the need we have to use you did provoke our hasty sending. Something have you heard of Hamlet's transformation? So I call it, saith nor the exterior nor the inward man resembles that it was. What it should be more than his father's death, that thus hath put him so much from the understanding of himself, I cannot dream of. Now I entreat you both, that being of so young days brought up with him, and sith so neighboured to his youth and behaviour, that you vouchsafe your rest here in our court some little time. So by your companies to draw him on to pleasures, and to gather so much as from occasions you may glean, whether aught to us unknown afflicts him thus. That opened lies within our remedy.
Good friends, he hath much talked of you. I'm sure I am. Two fellows there are not living to whom he more adheres. If it will please you to show us so much gentry and goodwill as to expend your time with us a while, for the supply and profit of our hope, your visitation shall receive such thanks as fits a king's remembrance.
Both your majesties might by the sovereign power you have of us put your dread pleasures more into command than to entreaty.
But we both obey, and here give up ourselves in the full bent, to lay our service freely at your feet, to be commanded.
Thanks, Rosencrantz, and gentle Guildenstern.
Thanks, Guildenstern and gentle Rosencrantz. And I beseech you instantly to visit my too much changed son.
Heavens make our presence and our practices pleasant and helpful to him.
Aye, amen.
The ambassadors from Norway, my good lord, have joyfully returned.
Thou still hast been the mother of good news.
Have I, my lord? I assure my good liege, I hold my duty as I hold my soul, both to my God and to my gracious king. And I do think, or else this brain of mine hunts not the trail of policy so sure as it used to do, that I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
Oh, speak of that. That do I long to hear. She told us, my dear Gertrude, she had found the head and source of all your son's distemper.
I doubt it is no other but the main. His father's death. And our hasty marriage.
Well, we shall sift her.
My liege, and madam, to expostulate what majesty should be, what duty is, why day is day, night, night, and time is time, were nothing but to waste night, day, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tediousness its limbs and outward flourishes, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. Mad call I it, for to define true madness, what is it? But to be nothing else but mad. But let that go.
And more matter? With less art?
Madam, I swear I use no art at all. That he is mad, 'tis true, 'tis true, 'tis pity, and pity it is, 'tis true. A foolish figure. But farewell it, for I will use no art. I have a daughter, while she is mine, who, in her duty and obedience mark, have given me this. Now gather, and surmise.
To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified feeling.
That's an ill phrase, a vile phrase, beautified, it's a vile phrase. But you shall hear, thus.
These in her excellent white bosom, these,
Etc., etc.
Came these from Hamlet to you?
Good madam, stay a while, I will be faithful.
doubts the stars are fire, doubts that the sun doth move, doubt truth to be a liar, but never doubt I love. Oh dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers, I have not art to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best, or most best believe it, adieu Hamlet.
But how had she received his love?
What do you think of me?
As of a woman faithful and honourable?
I don't prove so. But what might you think? If I had seen this hot love on the wing and looked upon this love with idle sight, what might you think? No. I went round to work. And my young mistress thus I did bespeak. Lord Hamlet is a prince, out of thy star. This must not be. And then I precepts gave her that she should lock herself from his resort. And he repelled a short tale to make, fell into a sadness, then into a fast, thence into a likeness, and by this declension into the madness wherein now he raves, and all we mourn for.
Do you think 'tis this?
It may be. Very like.
Hath there been such a time? I'd fain know that I have positively said 'tis so, and it proved otherwise.
Not that I know.
Take this from this, if this be otherwise.
How may we try it further?
You know, sometimes he walks 4 hours together here in the lobby.
So he does indeed.
At such a time, I'll loose my daughter to him. Be you and I behind an arras, then, mark the encounter. If he love her not, and be not from his reason fallen thereon, let me be no assistant for a state, but keep a firm on Carter's.
We will try it.
But look where sadly the poor wretch comes. Reading.
Away, I do beseech you both away. I'll board him presently. Give me leave. How does my good Lord Hamlet? Well, God a mercy.
Why? You're a fishmonger.
Not I, my lord.
Then I would you were so honest a woman.
Honest, my lord.
Aye, madam. To be honest as this world goes, is to be one woman picked out of 10,000.
That's very true, my lord.
The sun breeding maggots in a dead dog being a god-kissing carrion. Have you a daughter?
I have, my lord.
Then let her not walk in the sun. Conception is a blessing. But as your daughter may conceive. For look to it.
How say you by that? Still harping on my daughter. Yet he knew me not at first. He said I was a fishmonger. Oh, he's far gone. Far gone. Truly, in my youth, I suffered much extremity for love, very like this. What do you read, my lord?
Words. Oh, words. Words.
What is the matter, my lord?
Between who?
I mean the matter that you read, my lord.
Slanders, madam. For the satirical rogue says here that all women have grey beards. That their faces are wrinkled, their eyes purging amber and plum tree gum. That they have a plentiful lack of wit, together with most weak hands. All which I most powerfully and powerfully believe. Though hold it not honesty to have it thus set down, for your lady shall grow as old as I am. If, like a crab, she could go backward.
Though this be madness, yet there's method in it. And when you walk out of the air, my lord?
Into my grave.
Indeed, that's out of the air. How pregnant sometimes his replies are. My lord, I will take my leave of you.
You cannot, madam, take from me anything I will more willingly part with all. Except my life. Except my life. Except my life.
Very well, my lord.
These tedious old folk.
You go seek the Lord Hamlet. There he is. God save you, madam. Thank you.
Mine honour,
My excellent good friend. How does that Guildenstern? Oh, Rosa Crabs. Oh, good fellows. How do you both?
As the indifferent children of the earth.
Happy in that we're not over happy. On Fortune's cap, we are not the very button.
Nor the sole of her shoe.
Neither, my lord.
Then you live about her waist or in the middle of her favours.
Face her private suite.
The secret parts of fortune. Most true. She is a strumpet. But what news?
None, but that the world's grown honest.
Then is doomsday near. But your news is not true. Let me question you more in particular. What have you, dear friends, desired at the hands of fortune? That she sends you to prison hither.
Prison, my lord.
Denmark's a prison.
Then is the world one.
A goodly one. In many confines, walls and dungeons, Denmark being one of the worst.
Well, we think not so, my lord.
Nay then, 'tis not to you. There is nothing neither good nor bad, but thinking makes it so. To me, it is a prison.
Why then, your ambition makes it one. It is too narrow for your mind.
God! I could be bounded in a nutshell and still count myself a king of infinite space. Were it not that I have bad dreams.
Which dreams indeed are ambition. But the very substance of the ambitious is merely the shadow of a dream.
The dream itself is but a shadow.
Truly, and I hold ambition of so airy and light a quality that it is but a shadow.
Then are our beggars' bodies and our monarchs and outstretched heroes our beggars' shadows. But in the beaten way of friendship, what make you to Elsinore?
To visit you, my lord, no other occasion.
Beggar that I am, I'm even poor in thanks. But I thank you.
And I'm sure, dear friends, that my thanks are too dear a halfpenny. Were you not sent for? Is it a free visitation? Is it your own inclining? Nay, come, deal justly with me. Nay, come, speak.
What should we say, my lord?
Why, anything but to the purpose. You were sent for. There's a kind of confession in your looks which your modesties have not craft enough to colour. I know the good king and queen have sent for you.
To what end, my lord?
Oh, that you must teach me. But let me conjure you, by the rights of our fellowship, by the consonancy of our youth, by the obligation of our ever-preserved love, be even and direct with me, whether you were sent for or no. Nay then, I have an eye of you. If you love me, hold not off.
My lord, we were sent for.
I will tell you why, and so shall my anticipation prevent your discovery. And your secrecy to the king and queen moult no feather. I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, forgone all custom of exercises, and indeed it goes so heavy with my disposition that this goodly frame, the earth, seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy, the air, look you, this brave hanging firmament, this majestical roof fretted with golden fire. Why, it appeareth nothing to me but a foul and pestilent congregation of vapours. What a piece of work is a man. How noble in reason, how infinite in faculties, in form and moving, how express and admirable in action, how like an angel, in apprehension, how like a god. The beauty of the world, the paragon of animals. And yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Man delights not me. No woman neither. Though by your smiling you seem to say so.
Oh, my lord, there was no such stuff in my thoughts.
Then why did you laugh when I said man delights not me?
Well, to think, my lord, if you delight not in man, what Lenten entertainment the players shall receive from you. We counted them on the way. Here they are come to offer you service.
What plays are there?
Even those you were wont to take delight in the tragedians of the city.
Friend, come your hands. You are welcome to Elsinore. But my aunt mother and uncle father are deceived.
In what, my dear lord?
I am but mad north-northwest. When the wind is southerly, I know a hawk from a hansel.
Yes, I can't hear them, my lord. The best actors in the world, either for tragedy, comedy, history, pastoral, pastoral comical, historical pastoral, tragical historical, tragical comical historical pastoral.
Welcome, masters! You are welcome up. I am glad to see thee well. Ah, my good friends. Oh, my old friend. You are welcome. We'll into it like French falconers, fly at anything we see. Come, we'll have a speech straight. Come, a taste of your quality, a passionate speech.
What speech, my good lord?
I heard thee speak me a speech once, but it was never acted, or if it was, not above the once. The play I remember, please not the million. 'Twas caviar to the general. The one speech in it I chiefly loved. 'Twas Aeneas' tale to Dido, and thereabouts especially, where he speaks of Priam's slaughter. If it live in your memory, begin at this line. Let me see. The rugged Pyrrhus, like a Hyrcanian beast. Ah, 'tis not so. It begins with Pyrrhus. The rugged Pyrrhus, he whose sable arms, black as his purpose, did the knight resemble when he lay couched in the ominous halls.
Oh, God, my lord, well spoken, with good accent and with good discretion.
went afoot. Now is he total girls, hurriedly tricked with the blood of fathers, mothers, sons, daughters, baked and encased in the roasting streets, and thus, oh, sighs with Caligula gore, with eyes like carbuncles. The hellish Pyrrhus, oh, grandsire Priam seeks.
Anon, he finds him, striking two shorted Greeks. His antic sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls, repugnant to command. Unequal matched, Pyrrhus at Priam drives. In rage strikes wide, but with the whiff and wind of his fell sword's unnerved father falls. Then, senseless Ilium, seeming to feel this blow, with flaming top, stoops to his base, and with a hideous crash, takes prisoner Pyrrhus' ear. For lo, his sword, which was declining on the milky head of Reverend Priam, seemed in there to stick. So, as a painted tyrant Pyrrhus stood, like a neutral to his will and matter, did nothing. But as we often see against some storm, a silence in the heavens, the rack stands still, the bold wind speechless, and the orb below, as hushed as death. Anon, the dreadful thunder doth rend the region. So after Pyrrhus' pause, a roused vengeance sets him new a work, and never did the Cyclops' hammers fall. On Mars' armor, forged for proof etern, with less remorse than Pyrrhus' bleeding sword now falls on Priam. Out! Out! Out, thou strumpet fortune! All you gods in general senate, take away her power! Break all the spokes and spellings from her wheels, and roll the round name down the hill of heaven, and blow into the sea!
Oh, this is too long! Shout to the barbers with your beard. And pretty, say on. She's for a jig or a tale of baldy, or she sleeps. Say on. Come to Hecuba.
But who? Oh, woe, had seen the mobbled queen.
The Mobble Queen. That's good. Mobble's Queen is good.
But who? Oh, woe, had seen the mobbled queen run barefoot up and down, threatening the flames with bis and rheum, a clout upon that head where late the diadem stood, and for a robe about her lank and all-o'er teeming loins a blanket, in the larm of fear caught up. Who this had seen? With tongue in venom steeped, gainst fortune's state would treason have pronounced. But if the gods themselves did see her then, when she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport in mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant burst of clamor that she made, unless things mortal move them not at all, would have made milk the burning eyes of heaven, and passion in the gods.
Look, where she has not turned her colour and has tears in her eyes. I prithee no more. She's well. I'll have these feet the rest out soon. Good my lady, will you see the players well bestowed? Do you hear me? Let them be well used, for they are the abstract and brief chronicles of our time. After your death, you had better had a bad epitaph than their ill report while you live.
My lord, I will use them according to their desert.
Follow her, friend. But hear a play tomorrow. Dost thou hear me, old friend? Can you play the murder of Gonzago?
Aye, my lord.
We'll have tomorrow night. You could, for needs, study a speech of some dozen or 60 lines that I would set down and insert in. Could you not?
Aye, my lord.
Very well. Follow that lady, and look you, mock her not. Friend, I'll leave you till night. You are welcome to Elsinore.
But my lord,
Aye. Goodbye to you. Now I am alone. What a rogue and peasant slave am I. Is it not monstrous
that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force herself so to her own conceit that from her working, all her visage won. Tears in her eyes, distraction in her aspect, a broken voice, and her whole function suiting with forms to her conceit, and all for nothing. For Hecuba. For what's Hecuba to her, or she to Hecuba, that she should weep for her? What would she do, had she the motive and cue for passion that I have? She would drown the stage with tears, cleave the general ear with horrid speech, make mad the guilty, appall the free, confound the ignorant, and amaze indeed the very faculties of eyes and ears. And yet I, a dull and muddy metal rascal, pink like jolly dreams, am pregnant of my cause and can say nothing. No, not for a king upon whose property most near life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? Who calls me villain? Breaks my peace across, plucks off my beard and blows it in my face, tweaks me by the nose, gives me the line of throat to speak but tunnel logs. Who does me this, huh? Swoons. I should take it. It cannot be, but I can pinch and live and lack gall to make oppression bitter. Or ere this, I should have fastened all the region's kites with their slaves also. Bloody, baldy villain! Remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain! Oh, vengeance! Why would an ass am I? This is most brave, that I, son of a dear father murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, must like a whore unpack my heart with words and follow cursing like a fairy drop of snot and fly out! Oh. About my brains. I have heard that guilty creatures, sitting under play, have, by the very cunning of the scene, been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefaction. For though murder hath no tongue, it will speak with miraculous organ. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his looks. I'll tempt him to the quick. If he but blench, I'll know my cause. The spirit I have seen may have been the devil, and the devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape, yea, and maybe perhaps, out of my weakness and my melancholy, as he is very potent with such spirit, abuses me to damn me. I'll have grounds more relative than this. The play's the thing. Wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king.
By no drift of circumstance, get from him why he puts on this confusion, grating so harshly all his days of quiet with turbulence and dangerous lunacy.
He does confess he feels himself distracted, but from what cause he will by no means speak.
Nor do we find him forward to be sounded, but with a crafty madness he keeps aloof and would bring him on to some confession of his true state.
Did he receive you well? Most like a gentleman.
But with much forcing of his disposition.
Of our demands, most free in his reply. Did you assay him to any pastime? Madam, it so fell out that certain players we all wrought on the way. Of these we told him, and they did seem in him a kind of joy to hear of it, that they are about the court, and as I think they have already ordered this night to play before him? 'Tis most true. And ye beseech me to entreat your majesties to hear and see the matter.
With all my heart. And it doth much content me to hear him so inclined, good fellows. Give him a further edge. Drive his purpose on to these
We
delights.
shall, my lord.
Sweet Gertrude, leave us too. For we have closely sent for Hamlet hither, that he is where by accident may hear affront Ophelia. Her mother and myself, lawful as files, will so bestow ourselves that seeing unseen, we may of their encounter frankly judge. And gather from him as he is behaved, if it be the affliction of his love or no, that thus he suffers for.
I shall obey you. And for your part, Ophelia, I do wish that your good beauties be the happy cause of Hamlet's wildness. So shall I hope your virtues will bring him to his wonted way again. To both your honours.
Madam, I wish it may. Ophelia, walk you here.
Oh, gracious, so please you. We will bestow ourselves. Read on this book. The show of such an exercise may colour your loneliness. We're off to blame in this. 'Tis too much proof that with devotion's visage and pious action we do sugar all the devil himself.
Oh, 'tis too true.
I hear him coming. Let's withdraw, my lord. The fair Ophelia, nymph, in thy orison, be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honour this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have longed to redeliver. I pray you now receive them.
No, not I. I never gave you aught.
My honoured lord, you know right well you did. And with them, words of so sweet breath composed as made the things more rich. Their perfume lost. Take these again, for to the noble mind rich gifts wax for when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, then your honesty should make no discourse to your beauty.
Good beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty.
Aye, truly. For the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bull, than the power of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord. You made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, and yet I could accuse me of such things. It were better my mother had not borne me. What should such fellows as I do, crawling between earth and heaven? We are errant knaves all. Believe none of us. Go thy ways to a nunnery. Where's your mother?
At home, my lord.
Then let the doors be shut upon her, that she may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell!
Help me, you sweet heaven.
And if thou dost marry, I'll give thee this blade for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow. Thou shalt not escape calumny. Farewell!
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him.
I have heard of your paintings well enough. God hath given you one face. And you make yourselves another. You jig, you amble, and you lisp. And you nickname God's creatures. And you make your wantonness your ignorance. I'll have no more on it. Go to! It hath made me mad! I say!
already.
Oh, but one
Shall live.
the rest shall keep as they are. To another. Go! Ah! What? A noble mind is here overthrown. The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword, the expectancy and rose of the fair state, the glass of fashion, and the mould of form, the observed of all observers, quite down. And I, of ladies, most deject and wretched, that sucks the honey of his music vows no see, that noble and most sovereign reason like sweet bells jangled out of tune and harsh, that unmatched form and feature of blown youth blasted with ecstasy. Woe is me to have seen what I have seen. See what I see.
Love, his affections do not that way tend. And what he spake, though it lacked form a little, was not like madness. There's something in his soul, though, which his melancholy sits on brood. And I do doubt the hatch and the disclose will be some danger, which for to prevent, I have in quick determination thus set it down. He shall, with speed, to England, for the demand of our neglected tribute. Haply the seas and countries different with variable objects shall expel this something settled matter in his heart, whereon his brains, still beating, puts him thus from fashion of himself. What think you on?
It shall do well. But yet do I believe the origin and commencement of his grief sprung from neglected love. How now, Ophelia? You need not tell us what Lord Hamlet said. We heard it all. My lord, do as you please. But if you hold it fit, after the play, let his queen mother all alone entreat him to show his grief. Let her be round with him, and I'll be placed, so please you, in the ear of all their conference. If she find him not, to England send him, or confine him where your wisdom best shall think.
It shall be so. Madness and great ones must not unwatched go.
Speak the speech, I pray, as I pronounce it to you trippingly on the tongue. But if you mouth it as some of your players do, I had as lief the town crier spoke my lines. No, do not soil the air too much with your hands thus, but use all gently, for in the very torrent tempest, and as I may say, whirlwind of your passion, you must acquire and beget a temperance which may give it smoothness.
I warrant your honour.
Be not too tame neither, but let your own discretion be your tutor. Suit the action to the word, and the word to the action. And with this special observance, that you set not the mark of modesty. For anything so done is from the purpose of playing, whose end is as 'twere, to hold a mirror up to nature, to show virtue her own image, scorn her own feature, and the very age and body of the time, his form and pressure. I hope we have reformed that indifferently with us, sir. Go to, make you ready. Ah, good my lady. Will the king hear this piece of work?
And the queen too, and that presently.
Bid the players make haste. Will you two help to hasten them?
And my lord?
Yes, sweet lord. At your service.
Horatio, thou art e'en just the man as earned my compensation coat withal.
Oh, good my lord.
Nay, do not think I flatter. For advancement may hope from thee that no revenue hast, but thy good spirits to feed and clothe thee. Since my dear soul was mistress of her choice, and could of men distinguish her election, she hath sealed thee for herself, whose blood and judgment are so well commedled that they are not a pipe for fortune's finger to sound what stop she please. Give me that man that is not passion's slave, and I will wear him in my heart's court. Aye, in my heart of hearts, as I do thee. Something too much of this. There is a play tonight,
before the king. One speech of it comes near the circumstance of which I told thee of my father's death. I prithee, when thou seest the act afoot, observe mine uncle. If his occulted guilt do not itself uncannily in one speech, then it is a damned ghost that we have seen. And my imaginations are as foul as Vulcan's steel.
Well, my lord, if he steal aught the whilst his play is playing, escape detecting, I will pay the theft.
I hear them coming to the play. I must be idle. Get you a place.
How fares thy cousin Hamlet?
Excellent, i' faith. Of the chameleon's dish I eat the air, promise grand. You cannot feed capon, sir.
I have nothing but this answer, Hamlet. These words are not mine.
No, not mine now. Lady, you played once in the university, you say.
That did I, my lord. And was accounted a good actor.
What did you enact?
I did enact Julius Caesar. I was killed in the Capitol. Brutus killed me.
It was a brute parliament to kill so capital a Carthage. Be the players ready?
Aye, my lord. Stay upon your patience. Come hither, my good Hamlet. Sit by me.
No, good mother. Here's metal more attractive.
Oh, do you mark that?
Lady, shall I lie in your lap?
No, my lord.
I meant my head upon your lap.
Aye, my lord.
Did you think I meant cut, Renatus?
I think nothing, my lord.
There's a fair thought to lie between a maid's legs.
What is my lord?
Nothing.
You marry my lord. Aye, my lord.
Why, religion maker? How much should a fellow do but be merry? But look you, how cheerfully my mother looks. And my father died within 2 hours.
Nay, it is twice 2 months, my lord.
Oh, so long. By heaven. Died 2 months and not forgotten yet. Then the hope a great man's life may outlive his memory half a year. We shall know by these fellows. The players can't keep counsel. They'll tell all.
For us and for our tragedy, he is stooping to your clemency.
We beg your hearing patiently.
Is this a prologue or the post of a ring?
It is brief, my lord.
As a woman's love. Full 30 times hath Phoebus' cart gone round Neptune's salt-washed and Tellus' orbit ground. And 30 dozen moons with borrowed sheen about the world have times 12/30s been since love our hearts. And Hymen did our hands unite commutual in most sacred bands.
So many journeys may the sun and moon make us again count, or ere love be done. But the woe is me. You are so sick of late, so far from cheer and from your former state.
Wormwood, wormwood.
The instances that second marriage move are base respects of thrift, but none of love. A second time I kill my husband dead. When second husband kisses me in bed.
I do believe you think what now you speak. but what we do determine oft we break.
No earth to me give food, nor heaven, light, sport and repose locked from me day and night will fear intense, pursue me lasting strife. If once a widow, if ever I be wife.
If she should break it now, 'tis deeply sworn. Sweet, leave me here a while, my spirits grow dull, and fain I would beguile the tedious day with sleep.
Sleep rock thy brain, and never come mischance between us twain.
How like you to play, madam?
The lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Ah, but she'll keep her word.
Have you heard the argument? Is there no offence in it?
They do but jest, poisoning jest. No offence in the world.
What do you call the play?
The Mousetrap. 'Tis the image of a murder done in Vienna. Gonzago is the Duke's name, his wife, Baptista. Ah, you shall see anon. 'Tis a knavish piece of work, but what of that? Your Majesty, and we that have free souls. He touches us not. Here's Lucianus, one nephew to the king.
You are as good as a chorus, my lord.
Begin, murderer.
Thoughts black, hands act, drugs fit and time agreeing, confederate season else no creature seeing. Thou mixture rank of midnight's weeds collected, with Hecate's ban thrice blasted, thrice infected. Thy natural magic and dire property, unwholesome life, usurps immediately. Give me some lights!
Let the ship take away. The whole demonic play. The sun must watch and sun must sleep. So away. I'm rich now. I'll take a ghost's word for £1,000. 'Tis perceived.
Very well, my lord.
Upon the act of poisoning.
I did very well note him.
Come, some music. Come, the recorders. Why? If the king like not the comedy, why then he like it not, Purdy? Come, some music.
My lord, vouchsafe me a word with you.
Oh, sir, a whole history.
The king, sir,
What of him, sir?
is in his retirement marvellous distempered.
We drink.
No, my lord, rather with colour.
Then your wisdom should show itself more richer to signify this to the doctor.
Good my lord, put your discourse into some frame and start not so wildly from my affair.
I am tame, sir. Pronounce.
The queen, your mother, in most great affliction of spirit, had sent me to you.
You are welcome, sir.
Nay, good my lord, this courtesy is not of the right breed. If it shall please you to give me a wholesome answer, I shall do your mother's commandment. If not, your pardon and my return shall be the end of my business.
Sir, I cannot.
What, my lord?
Give you a wholesome answer. My wit's diseased. But such answer as I can give, you shall command. Or rather, as you say, my mother. Therefore, no more but to the matter. My mother, you say.
Thus, she says your behaviour hath struck her into amazement and admiration.
Wonderful son, that can so astonish a mother.
She desires to speak with you in her closet. Are you going to bed?
We shall obey, were she 10 times our mother. Have you any further trade with us?
My lord, you once did love me.
So I do still, barbers, pickers and steals.
Good. My lord, what is the cause of your distemper? You do surely bar the door upon your own liberty if you deny your grief.
The recorders. Let me see one. To withdraw with you. Why'd you go about to recover the wind of me as if you would drag me into a toil?
My lord, if my duty be too bold, my love is too unmannerly.
Oh, I do not well understand that. Will you play upon this pipe?
My lord, I cannot.
I pray you.
Believe me, I cannot.
I do beseech you.
I know no touch of it, my lord.
It's as easy as lying. Govern the ventrages with your finger and thumb. With your mouth, give it breath, and it will discourse most eloquent music. Look you, these are the stops.
But these
cannot I command to any utterance of harmony. I have not the skill.
Why, look you there. How an unworthy thing you would make of me. You would play upon me. You would seem to know my thoughts. You would pluck out the heart of my mystery. You would sound me from my lowest note to the top of my compass. And yet, there is much music, excellent voice in this little organ. Yet cannot you make it speak? Splendor! Do you think I'm easier to be played on than a pipe? Call me what instrument you will, though you can fret me, you cannot play upon me.
My lord the Queen would speak with you, and presently.
God save you, madam. Do you see yonder cloud that's almost in shape of a camel?
By the mass, it is like a camel indeed.
Oh, methinks it's like a weasel.
It is that, like a weasel.
Or like a whale.
Oh, very like a whale.
Then I will come to my mother by and by. They fill me to the top of my bent. I will come by and by.
I will say so.
By and by is easily said. Leave me, friend. Tis now the very witching time of night, when churchyards yawn and hell itself breathes out contagion to this world. Now could I drink hot blood and do such bitter business as the day would quake to look on. But soft, now to my mother, heart, lose not thy nature. Let not ever the soul of Nero enter this firm bosom. Let me be cruel, not unnatural. I will speak daggers to her, but use not my tongue and soul in this be hypocrites. However, in my words, she be shamed. To give them seals, never my soul consent.
Oh, my offense is rank. It smells to heaven. It hath the primal eldest curse upon it, a brother's murder. Pray can I not, though inclination be as sharp as will, my stronger guilt defeats my strong intent. And like a man to double business bound, I stand in pause where I shall first begin. At both, neglect. What if this cursed hand were thicker than itself with brother's blood? Is there not rain enough in the sweet heavens to wash it white as snow? Whereto serves mercy, but to confront the visage of offense? And what's in prayer but this twofold force, to be forestalled ere we come to fall, or pardoned, being down, then I'll look up, my fault is past. But oh, what form of prayer can serve my turn? Forgive me my foul murder. That cannot be, since I am still possessed of those effects for which I did the murder, my crown, mine own ambition, and my queen. May one be pardoned and retain the offense? In the corrupted currents of this world, offence's gilded hand may shove by justice, and oft is seen the wicked prize itself buys out the law, but 'tis not so above. There is no shuffling. There the action lies in his true nature, and we ourselves compelled, even to the teeth and forehead of our faults, to give in evidence. What then? What rests? Try what repentance can, what can it not? Yet what can it when one cannot repent? O wretched state, O bosom black as death, O limed soul that, struggling to be free, art more engaged. Help, angels, make a say. Bow, stubborn knees, and heart with strings of steel, be soft as sinews of the newborn babe. All may be well.
Now might I do it, Pat. Now is a prayer, and now I'll do it. And so he goes to heaven, and so am I revenged. This will be scanned. The villain kills my father, and for that I, his sole son, do the same villain sent to heaven. Why, this is hire and salary, not revenge. He took my father grossly, full of bread, with all his crimes broad blown, flush as May. And how his audit stands, who knows, save heaven. But in our circumstance and cause of thought, he's heavy with him. Am I then revenged? To take him in the purging of his soul, when he is fit and seasoned for his passage? No. When he is drunk asleep, or in his rage, or in the incestuous pleasure of his bed, at a gaming, or a swearing, or about some act that hath no relish of salvation in it. Then tripping, so his heels may kick to heaven, and his soul may be as damned and black as hell, where to it goes. My mother stays. This physic prolongs thy sickly days.
My words fly up. My thoughts remain below. Words without thoughts never to heaven go.
He will come straight. Look you, lay home to him. Tell him his pranks have been too broad to bear with, and that your grace hath screamed and stood between much heat and him. I'll silence me, even here. Pray you, be round with him.
I warrant you, fear me not.
Mother!
Withdraw. I hear him coming.
Mother! Now, mother. What's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come. You answer with an idle tongue.
Go. You question with a wicked tongue.
Why? How now, Hamlet?
What's the matter now?
Have you forgot me?
No, not by the rude, not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife, and would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay, then I'll set those to you that can speak.
Come, sit you down. You shall not budge. You go not till I set up a glass where you may see the inmost part of you.
What will thou do? Thou wilt not murder me. Help! Help, ho!
Dead for a ducking, dead! Slain.
Oh, me, what hast thou done?
No. Is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this!
A bloody deed? Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king?
High lady, 'twas my work. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool! Farewell! I took thee for thy better. Take thy fortune, that thou find'st to be too busy is some danger. Oh, peace! Leave wringing of your hands and sit you down. And let me wring your heart, as though I shall if it be made of penetrable stuff. Damned custom hath not brazed it so that it's proof and bulwark against sense.
What have I done? That thou darest wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me?
Such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, takes the rose from the fair forehead of an innocent love, and sets a blister there, makes marriage vows as false as Dice's own.
Ay me, what act? That roars so loud and thunders in the index.
Look you here, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a grace was seated on this brow. Hyperion's curls,
the front of Jove himself, and I, like Mars, to threaten and command. A station like the Herald Mercury, new lighting on a heaven-kissing hill. A combination and a form indeed which every god did seem to set his seal to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. Now look you what follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear, blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you from this fair mountain leave to feed a basset on this moor? Ha! Have you eyes? For you cannot call it love. For at your age, the heyday in the blood is tame, is humble, and it waits on the judgment, on what judgment will step from this to this. Ah, shame! Where is thy blush?
Oh, Hamlet, speak to me no more. Thou turn'st my eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and grained spots as will not leave their tint.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an unseemly bed, stewed in corruption, honeying and making love over the nasty side.
Speak to me no more. These words like daggers enter in my ears no more. Sweet Hamlet.
Murderer and a villain! A slave that is not 20th part the tithe of your preceding lord, a vice of kings. A cupbearer of the empire and rule, that from the shelf the precious diamond stolen, put it in his pocket. No more! A king of shreds and battle! Oh, save me, and hover over me with your wings, O heavenly God. What wouldst thou, gracious figure?
Alas, he's mad.
Do you not come, your tiny son to chide, that lapsed in time and passion lets go by the important acting of your dread command? Oh, shame!
Do not forget. This visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on thy mother sits. Oh, step between her and her fighting soul. Conceit in weakest bodies, strongest works. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is with you, lady?
Alas, how is with you? That you do bend your eye on vacancy, and with the incorporeal air do hold discourse. Forth from your eyes your spirits wildly peep, and as the sleeping soldiers in the alarm, your bedded hair, like life in excrement, stand up and stand on end. Gently. Whereon do you look?
On him! On him! Look you! How pain he glares! His form and course conjoined, beaten to stones of rain incapable. Do not look upon me! Lest with this vicious action you should combine my stern effects. But what I have to do will want true colour, tears perchance of blood. To whom do you speak? Do you see nothing there?
Nothing at all. Yet all it is I see.
No, you do nothing here.
No, nothing but us.
For look you now, where he steals away. My father! In his habit as he lived. Look, even now, out of the portal.
This is the very coinage of your brain. This bodiless creation, ecstasy, is very cunning in.
Ecstasy, no. My pulse, as yours, doth temporarily keep time and makes us healthful music. It is not madness that I have uttered. Oh, mother, for the love of grace, lay not that flattering unction to your soul, that not your trespass, but my madness speaks. It will but skin and fill the ulcerous place, while when corruption mining all within, it infects unseen. Confess yourself to heaven. Repent what's past. Avoid what is to come. And do not spread the compost on the weeds to make them rancor.
Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
Then throw away the worser part of it. And live the purer with the other half. Good night. But go not to my uncle's bed.
Assume a virtue if you have it not.
What shall I do?
Refrain tonight. That will lend a kind of easiness to the next abstinence. The next more easy. But do not let it, for a pair of reachy kisses or paddling in your neck with these damned fingers, make you to ravel all this matter out, that I am essentially not in madness, but mad in craft.
Be thou assured, if words be made of breath and breath of life, I have no life to breathe what thou hast said to me.
Once more good night, and when thou art desirous to be blessed, I will blessing beg of thee. For this same lady, I do repent. But heaven hath pleased it so, to punish me with this and this with me, that I must be that scourge and minister. I will bestow the body, and answer well the death I gave her. Mother, again, good night. I must be cruel only to be kind. Thus bad begins, but worse remains behind. I'll love the ducks into the neighbour room. Mother. Good night indeed. This counsellor is now most still, most silent, and most grave. Who was in life a foolish prating knave. Come, madam. To draw toward an end with you. Good night, mother.
Bestow this place on us a little while. Oh, my own Lord. What have I seen tonight?
What's the truth? How does Hamlet?
Mad. As the sea and wind when both contend which is the mightier. In his lawless fit behind the arras, hearing something stir, cries a rat, dead for a ducat, and in his brainish apprehension kills the unseen good wise counsellor.
Oh, heavy deed. It had been so with us, had we been there? His liberty is full of threats to all, to you yourself, to us, to everyone. Alas, how shall this bloody deed be answered? It will be laid to us, whose providence should have kept short, restrained, and out of hope this mad young man. Where is he gone?
To draw apart the body he had killed. He weeps for what he's done.
Gertrude, come away. The sun no sooner shall the mountains touch, but we will ship him hence. And this vile deed we must with all our majesty and skill both countenance and excuse. Ho, Guildenstern! Friends both, go join you with some further aid. Hamlet in madness hath Polonius slain, and from his mother's closet hath he dragged her. Go seek him out, speak fair, and bring the body into the chapel. I pray you hasten this. Come, Gertrude. We'll call up our wisest friends and let them know both what we mean to do and what's untimely done. Oh, come away. My soul is full of discord and dismay.
To be, or not to be? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, no more. And by a sleep to say, we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. To die, to sleep perchance to dream. Ah, that's the rub! For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause, and there's respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised lot, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns the patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare body. Who would fathers bear to grunt and sweat unto a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country, from whose ball no traveller returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have, than to fly to others we know not of. Thus conscience does make cowards of us all. And thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er with a pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith of moment with disregard, their currents turn awry and lose the name of action. Hamlet!
Lord Hamlet!
Look, here they come.
What have you done, my lord, with the dead body?
Compounded it with dust where 'tis kin.
Tell us where it is, that we may take it thence and bear it to the chapel.
Do not believe it.
Believe what?
Then I can keep your counsel and not mine own. Besides, to be demanded of a sponge, what replication should be made by the son of a king?
Take you me for a sponge, my lord?
Aye, madam, that soaks up the king's countenance, his rewards, his authorities. Ah, but such officers do the king best service in the end. He keeps you like an ape in the corner of his jaw, first mouthed to be last swallowed. And when he needs what you have gleaned, it is but squeezing you and sponge. You shall be dry again.
I understand you not, my lord.
I'm glad of it. A knavish speech sleeps in a foolish ear.
My lord, you must tell us where the body is and go with us to the king.
The body is with the king, but the king is not with the body. The king's a thing.
A thing, my lord.
Of nothing! Bring me to him. Oh!
I sent to seek him and to find the body. How dangerous is it that this man goes loose? Yet must we not put a strong law on him? He's loved of the distracted multitude, who light not in their judgment but their eyes, and where to sow the offender's scourge is weighed, and never the offence. To bear all smooth and even, this sudden sending him away must seem deliberate pause. Diseases desperate grown, by desperate appliance are relieved, or not at all. Now, what hath befallen?
Where the dead body is bestowed, my lord, we cannot get from him.
Now, Hamlet. Hamlet! Where's Polonia?
At supper.
At supper, where?
Not where she eats, but where she is eaten. There's a certain convocation of politic wormy at her. Your worm is your only emperor for diet. We fat our creatures else to fat ourselves, and we fat ourselves for maggots. Your fat king and your lean beggar have but variable service. 2 dishes, 1 table. That's the end.
Alas, alas.
A man may fish with a worm for the friend of the king, and eat of that fish for the friend of that worm.
What makes that about this?
Nothing, but to show how a king may go a progress through the guts of a beggar.
Where is Polonia?
In heaven. Send hither to see. If your messenger finds her not there, then seek her yourself in the other place. And indeed, if you find her not within the month, you shall know as you go up the stairs into the lobby.
Go seek her there.
She'll stay till you come.
Hamlet! This deed for thine especial safety, which we do grieve, as we dearly grieve for that which thou hast done, must send thee hence with fiery quickness. Therefore prepare thyself. The bark is ready, the wind at help. The associates tend, and everything is bent for England.
For England!
Aye, Hamlet. So is it if thou knewest our purpose?
I see a cherub that sees them. But come, for England. Farewell, dear mother.
Thy loving father, Hamlet.
My mother. Father and mother is man and wife. Man and wife is one flesh. Therefore, my mother. Come, for England!
Follow him at foot, tempt him with speed aboard, delay it not, I'll have him hence the night. Away, for everything is sealed and done that else leans on the affair. But, pray you, make haste! And England, if my love thou hold'st aught, effect the present death of Hamlet. Do it, England! For like the hectic in my blood he rages, and thou must cure me. Till I know 'tis done, how are my haps, my joys were ne'er begun.
I will not speak to her.
She is importunate. Indeed, distract. Her mood will needs be pitied.
What would she have?
She speaks much of her mother. Says she hears there's tricks in the world. Speaks things in doubt that carry but half sense. Her speech is nothing. Yet the unshaped use of it doth move the hearers to collection. They aim at it and botch the words up fit to their own thoughts. 'Twere good she was spoken with.
To my sick soul, as sin's true nature is, each toy seems prologue to some greater myth. So full of artless jealousy is guilt. It spills itself, in fearing to be spilt. Let me come in. How now, Ophelia?
Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark? How should I your true love know from another one by his cocoa hat and scarf?
Alas, sweet lady, what imports this song?
Say you, they pray you mark. She is dead and gone, lady. She is dead and gone. At the head the grass green tongue, at the heel the storm.
Nay, but Ophelia...
Pray you mark. White as shrouded melted snow,
Alas, my lord, look here.
loaded with sweet flowers, which we went to the grave did go with true love showers.
How do you, pretty lady?
Well, good told you. They say the owl was a baker's daughter. Lord, we know what we are, but know not what we may be. God be with table.
Conceit upon her mother.
When I ask you what it means, say you this to Mother, say Valentine's Day, all in the morning retire, and higher the maiden window to be your Valentine. Then up he rose, and down his clothes, and jumped the chamber door, then into the maid, and out the maid, never departed more.
Pretty Ophelia!
Neither does it know how we can end on it. By gaze and by say charity, lack of time and shame. Young men will do it if they come to it. By cock they are to blame. Quoth she, before you topple me, you promise me to wed. He answered, and so I would have done by yonder sun, and thou hast not come to my bed.
How long hath she been thus?
Thou will be well. counsel. Come, my coat. Good night, ladies. Good night. Sweet ladies. Good night. Good night.
Give her good watch, I pray you. Oh, this is the poison of deep grief. It springs all from her mother's death, and now, behold. Oh, Gertrude. Gertrude, when sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions. First her mother slain, next your son gone. He most violent author of his own just remove. The people muddied, thick and unwholesome in their thoughts and whispers for good Polonia's death. We've done it greenly in Hugger-Mugger to inter her.
The vile king! Give me my mother.
Calmly, good Laertes.
That drop of blood that's calm proclaims me bastard.
Tell me, Laertes, why thou art thus incensed. Speak, man.
Where is my mother?
Dead.
But not by...
Let it demand his
How
death.
came she dead? I'll not be juggled with. To hell, allegiance, vows to the blackest devil, conscience and grace, to the profoundest pit, I dare, damnation. To this point I stand. To both the worlds I give for negligence, let come what comes. Only I'll be revenged most thoroughly for my mother.
Who shall say?
My will, not all the world's.
Good Laertes, if you desire to know the certainty of your dear mother's death, it's written your revenge that swoopstake you will draw both friend and foe, winner and loser.
None but her enemies.
Will you know them then?
To her good friends. Thus wide I'll ope my arms. And like the kind, life-rendering pelican, repass them with my blood.
Why, now you speak like a good child and a true gentleman. That I am guiltless of your mother's death, and am most sensibly in grief for it. It shall as level to your judgment appear as day does to your eye.
Oh no, what noise is that? Oh, he's dry up my brains. Tears 7 times salt burn out the sense and virtue of mine eye. By heaven, thy madness shall be paid by weight, till our scale turn the beam. O Rose of May, dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia. Oh heavens, is it possible a young maid's wits should be as mortal as an old woman's life? Hadst thou thy wits, and didst persuade revenge, it could not move thus.
It moves me. That's for remembrance. Pray you, love. Remember. There's pansies. There's for thoughts.
A documented madness. Thoughts and remembrance fitting.
There's fennel for you and Columbines. There's rue for you. And here's some for me. We may call it a half of a graceless Sunday. You must wear your rue with a difference. There's a daisy. I would give you some violets. But they withered all when my mother died. And they say she made a good act. And will not come again. And will not come again. No, no, she's dead. Go to thy deathbed. She never will come again.
Do you see this? Oh God.
Laertes, I must commune with your grief, or you deny me right. Go but apart. Make choice of whom your wisest friends you will. They shall hear and judge twixt you and me. If by direct or by collateral hand they find us touched, we will our kingdom give, our crown, our life, and all that we call ours to you in satisfaction. But if not, be you content to lend your patience to us. and we shall jointly labour with your soul to give it due content.
Let this be so. Her means of death, her obscure funeral. No trophy, sword, nor hatchment o'er her bones. No noble rights, nor formal ostentation cry to be heard. As 'twere from heaven to earth, that I must call it in question.
So you shall. And where the offence is, let the great axe fall. Horatio, when thou shalt have overlooked this, give these fellows some means to the king. They have letters for him. Ere we were 2 days old at sea, a pirate of very warlike appointment gave us chase. Finding ourselves too slow of sail, we put on a compelled valor, and in the grapple I boarded them. On the instant they got clear of our ship, so I alone became their prisoner. They have dealt with me like thieves of mercy, but they knew what they did.
I happen to do a good turn for them. Let the king have the letters I've sent, and repair thou to me with as much speed as thou wouldst fly death. I have words to speak in thine ear that will make thee dumb, and yet are they much too light for the bore of the matter. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern hold their course for England. Of them I have much to tell thee. Farewell. He that thou knowest thine, Hamlet.
Now it's your conscience, my acquittance seal. You must put me in your heart for friend, since you've heard with a knowing ear that he which hath your noble mother slain pursued my life.
It well appears. But tell me why you proceeded not against these feats.
Oh, for two special reasons, which may to you perhaps seem much unsinewed, but yet to me they're strong. The queen, his mother, lives almost by his looks, and for myself she's so conjunctive to my life and soul that as the star moves not but in his sphere, I could not but by her. The other motive is the great love the general gender bear him.
And so have I a noble mother lost, a sister driven to desperate terms. But my revenge will come.
Break not your sleeps for that. You must not think that we are made of stuff so flat and dull we can let our beard be shook with danger and think it pastime. You shortly shall hear more. I loved your mother, and we love ourselves, and that I hope will teach you to imagine. Come now, what news?
Letters, my lord, from Hamlet.
From Hamlet? Who brought them?
Sailors, my lord, they say. I saw them not.
Laertes, you shall hear them. Leave us. High and mighty, you shall know I am set naked on your kingdom. Tomorrow shall I beg leave to see your kingly eyes, when I shall, first asking your pardon thereunto, recount the occasion of my sudden and most strange return. Hamlet, what should this mean? Are all the rest come back? Is it some abuse or no such thing?
Know you the hand?
Well, it's Hamlet's character, naked. And in a postscript there he says, alone. Can you advise me?
I'm lost in it, my lord. But let him come. It warms the very sickness in my heart that I shall live and tell him to his teeth. Thus diest thou.
Laertes, was your mother dear to you? Or are you like the painting of a sorrow, a face without a heart?
Why ask you this?
Hamlet comes back. What would you undertake to show yourself your mother's son in deed, more than in word?
To cut his throat in the church.
Ooh. No place indeed should murder sanctuarize. Revenge should have no bounds. But, good Laertes, will you be ruled by me?
Aye, my lord. So you will not overrule me to a peace.
Thine own peace. I'll work him to an exploit now ripe in my device, under the which he shall not choose but fall. You've been talked of since your travels much, and that in Hamlet's hearing, for a quality wherein they say you shine.
What is that, my lord?
The art and exercise of your defence, and for your rapier, most especial. We'll put on those shall praise your excellence, and wager all your heads, he being remiss, most generous and free from all contriving, will not peruse the foils, so that with ease, or with a little shuffling, you may choose a sword unbaited, and in a pass of practice, requite him for your mother.
I will do it. And for that purpose, I'll anoint my sword. I'll touch my point with a contagion, that if I gall him slightly, it may be death.
Further think on this. This project should have a back or second that might hold if this it blast and prove. Let me see. Make a solemn wager on your cunnings. I have it. When in your motion you are hot and dry, make your bouts more violent to that end, and if he calls for drink, I'll have prepared him a chalice for the nonce, whereon but sipping, if he by chance escape your venom stuck, our purpose may hold there. Say, what noise?
One woe doth tread upon another's heel. So fast they follow. Your sister's drowned, Laertes.
Drowned.
Where?
There is a willow, grows askant a brook, that shows his hoar leaves in the glassy stream. Therewith fantastic garlands did she make, of crowflowers, nettles, daisies, and long purples that liberal shepherds give a grosser name, but our cold maids do dead men's fingers call them. There, on the pendant bough, her coronet weeds clambering to hang, an envious sliver broke, when down her weedy trophies and herself fell in the weeping brook. Her clothes spread wide, and mermaid-like a while they bore her up, which time she chanted snatches of old tunes, as one incapable of her own distress, or like a creature native, and endued unto that element. But long it could not be, till that her garments, heavy with their drink, pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to muddy death.
Then she is drowned.
Drowned.
Too much of water hast thou, poor Ophelia, and therefore I forbid my tears. Adjure, my lord. I have a speech of fire that fain would blaze, but that this folly drowns it.
Let's follow Gertrude. How much I had to do to calm his rage. I fear I this will give it start again. Therefore, let's follow.
Is she to be buried in Christian burial, that wilfully seeks their own salvation?
She is. And therefore make a grave straight for the coroner of Saturn who finds a Christian burial.
How can that be? Unless she drowned herself in her own defence.
Why, 'tis found so.
Oh, it must be, say, a fendendo. It cannot be else. For here lies the point. If I drown myself wittingly, it argues an act. And an act has three branches. It is to act, to do, to perform. Argal! She drowned herself wittingly. Hey, will you? Give me leave. Give me leave. Here lies the water. Good. Here stands the man. Good. If the man go to this water and drown himself, it is, willy-nilly, he goes. Mark you that?
Yeah.
But if the water come to him and drown him, he drowns not himself. Argal! He that is not guilty of his own death shortens not his own life.
But is this law?
Aye, Mary, it's coroner's quest. Law.
Will you have the truth on it? If this had not been a gentlewoman, she'd have been buried out of Christian burial.
Why, there thou sayest. And the more pity that great folk should have countenance in this world to drown or hang themselves more than they're even Christian. I'll put another question to thee. What is she that builds stronger than either the mason, the shipwright, or the carpenter?
The gallows maker, for that frame outlives 1,000 tenants.
I like thy wit well, in good faith. The gallows does well, but how does it well? It does well to those that do ill. Now, thou dost ill to say that the gallows is built stronger than the church. Argal, the gallows may do well to thee. To it again, come.
Who builds stronger than the mason, the shipwright, or the carpenter?
Aye, tell me that in on you.
No, Mary, I can't tell.
To it.
Mass, I can't tell.
Cudgel thy brains no more about it, for your dull ass will not mend his face with beating. And when you're asked this question next, say, a grave maker. The houses she builds last till doomsday. Go on, get thee to the yockin. Oh, and fetch us a stoop of liquor.
Skull had a tongue in. I could sing one. It might that not be the page of a politician? Is this ass now of officers?
Might, my lord.
And there's another. Might that not be the skull of a lawyer? Here's fine revolution. I'll speak to this fellow. Whose grave's this, sirrah? Whose grave's this, madam?
Mine, sir.
Leave it with thine indeed, for thou liest in.
You lie out on it, sir, and therefore 'tis not yours. For my part, I do not lie in't, and yet it is mine.
Thou dost lie in't. To be in't and say 'tis thine. 'Tis for the dead, not for the quick.
'Tis a quick lie, sir. 'Twill away again from me to you.
What man dost thou dig it for?
For no man, sir.
What woman then?
For none neither.
Who's to be buried in?
One that was a woman, sir, but rest her soul. She's dead.
How absolute the knave is. How long hast thou been a grave maker?
I came to it that day that our last king, Hamlet, overcame Norway.
And how long's that since?
Can't you tell that? Every fool can tell that. It was that very day that young Hamlet was born. He that is mad and sent into England.
I married. Why was he sent into England?
Why? Because he was mad. He should recover his wits there, or if he do not, 'tis no great matter there.
Why?
'Twill not be seen in there. They're the men are as mad as he.
How came he mad?
Very strangely, they said.
How strangely?
Faith, he would lose his wits.
Upon what grounds?
Why, here in Denmark.
How long may a man lie in the earth ere he rot?
Faith, if he be not wrong before he die, as we have many poxy corpses nowadays that will scarce hold the laying in, he will last you some 8 year or 9 year. A tanner will last you 9 year.
And why he more than another?
Why, sir, his eyes are so tanned with his trade that he will hold out water a great while, and your water is the sore decay of your horse and dead body. Here's a squall now, hath lain here in the earth 23 years.
Whose was it?
A whoreson's mad fellas it was. Who used to think it was?
No, not.
A pestilence on him for a mad rogue. He poured a flagon of Rhenish on my head once. This same skull, sir, was Yorick's skull. The king's jester.
This?
Ain't that?
Let me see. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Horatio. A fellow of infinite jest, of most excellent fancy. He hath borne me on his back 1,000 times. And now in my imagination how abhorred it is. My gorge rises at it. Here hung those lips I have kissed I know not how oft. Where be your jibes now? Your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that were wont to set the table on a roll. Quite chop-fallen, not one to mock your own grinning. Get thee to my lady's chamber and tell her, let her paint an inch thick. For to this favour she must come. Make her laugh at that. For soft a while. Here come the king, the queen and the courtiers. Who is they follow? And with such namely rights, this stuff betokened the corpse they followed did the desperate hand for do its own life.
Mercy shall follow me all the days.
'Twas of some estate.
And I will dwell in the house
Catch
of
me
the
a
Lord
while a mark.
forever. Amen.
What ceremony else?
That's Laertes, a very noble youth, Mark.
What ceremony else?
Her obsequies have been as far enlarged as we have warranty. Her death was doubtful, and but that great commander sways the order. She should, in ground unsanctified, have lodged till the last trumpet. For charitable prayers, shards, flints, and pebbles should be thrown on her. Yet here, she has allowed her virgin krantz, her maiden struments, and the bringing home of bell and burial.
Must there no more be done?
No more be done! We should profane the service of the dead to sing sage requiem, and such rest to her as to peace parted souls.
Then from her fair and unpolluted flesh may violence spring. I'll tell thee, churlish priest, a ministering angel shall my sister be when thou liest howling.
Sweet to the sweet. Farewell. I thought thou shouldst have been my Hamlet's wife. I thought thy bride bed to have decked, sweet maid, not have strewn thy grave.
Oh, treble woeful, 10 times treble on that cursed head, whose wicked deed thy most ingenious sense deprived thee of. Hold off the earth a while, till I have caught her once more in mine arms. Now, pile your dust upon the quick and dead, till of this flat a mountain you have made, to o'ertop old Pelion, or the skyish head of blue Olympus.
What is he, whose grief bears such an emphasis, whose face of sorrow conjures the wandering stars and makes them stand like wonder-wounded heroes? This is I, Hamlet the dead.
The devil take thy soul!
Prithee, take thy punishment, my God, Hamlet!
Hamlet, be quiet!
Why, I will fight with him on this same until my eyelids no longer wag.
Oh, my son, what's thee?
I loved Ophelia! 40,000 brothers could not, with all their quantity of love, make up my son. What wilt thou do for her?
He's mad,
For
Laertes.
love of God, forbear him.
Swoons! What wilt thou do? Wilt weep, wilt fight, wilt fast, wilt tear thyself, wilt drink up Isel, eat a crocodile? I'll do it. Dost thou come here to whine, to outface me with leaping in her grave? Be buried quick with her, and so will I. And if thou praise of mountains, let them throw millions of acres on us, till our ground, his paint singeing the burning zone, make Ossa like a wart. Nay, and thou, mouth, I'll ranch as well as thou.
This is mere madness, and that's a while the fit will work on him.
Hear you, sir. What is the reason you use me thus? I loved you ever. 'Tis no matter. Let Hercules himself do what he may. The cat will mew. The dog will have his day.
I pray you, good Horatio, wait upon him.
Strengthen your patience in our last night's speech. We'll put the matter to the present push. Good Gertrude, set some watch over your son. This grave shall have a living monument. An hour of quiet shortly shall we see. Till then, in patience, our proceeding be.
Sir, in my heart was a kind of fighting that would not let me sleep. Methought I lay worse than the mutins in the bilboes. Rashly, and praise be rashness for it, for let us know our indiscretion serve as well when our deep plots do pull. That's to teach us. There's a divinity shapes our ends. Rough you them how we will.
That is most certain.
Up from my cabin, my sea gown scarfed about me, in the dark, groped I to find out them. Had my desire, fingered their packet, and in fine withdrew to my own room, making so bold, fears forgetting manners, to unseal their grand commission. Where I found, Horatio, royal knavery, an exact command that on the supervised, no leisure baited, no not to stay the grinding of the axe, my head should be struck off
It's possible.
Here's the commission. Read at more leisure. But will thou hear me how I did proceed?
I beseech you.
I sat me down, devised the new commission, wrote it fair. An earnest conjuration from the king, how England is his faithful tributary, how love between them like the palm should flourish. That without debatement further, more or less, he should the bearers put to sudden death. No shriving time allowed.
How was this sealed?
Why, even in that was heaven ordinant. I had my father's signet in my purse. It was the model of that Danish seal. I folded the writ up in the form of the other, subscribed it, made the impression, placed it safely. The changeling never knew. Now, the next day was our sea fight, and to what this was sequent thou knowst already.
So Guildenstern and Rosencrantz are dead.
Why not? They did make love to this employment. They are not near my conscience. Their defeat does by their own insinuation grow. 'Tis dangerous when the baser nature comes between the pass and fell insensate points of mighty opposite.
Why, what a king is this?
Does it not? Think thee. Stand me now upon. He that killed my king, hauled my mother, popped in between the election and my hopes, thrown out his angle for my proper life, and with such cozenage. Is not perfect conscience to quit him with this arm, and it's not to be damned to let this canker of our nature come in further evil.
It must surely be known to him from England what is the issue of the business there.
It will be short, but the interim is mine, and a man's life no more than to say one. But I am sorry, good Horatio, that to Laertes I did forget myself. For in the image of my cause, I see the portraiture of his.
Peace. Who comes here?
Your lordship is right welcome back to Denmark.
I humbly thank you. Dost know this waterfly?
No, my good lord.
That state is a more gracious, for 'tis a vice to know it.
Sweet lord, if your lordship were at leisure, I should impart a thing to you from his majesty.
Sir, I will receive it with all diligence of spirit. But your bonnet, for his right use. 'Tis for the head.
I thank your lordship. It is very hot.
No, believe me, it is very cold and the wind is northerly.
It is indifferent cold, my lord, indeed.
Yet methinks it's very sultry and hot for my complexion.
Exceedingly, my lord, it is very sultry, as to I cannot tell how. My lord, his majesty bade me signify to you that he has laid a great wager on your head. So this is the matter.
I do beseech you, remember.
Nay, my lord, for mine ease in good faith. Sir, here is newly come to court, Laertes. Believe me, an absolute gentleman, full of most excellent differences, of very soft society, and great showing.
The consonancy, sir. Why do we wrap the gentleman in our more rawer breath?
Sir,
It's not possible to understand in another tongue. You will chew it, sir, really.
What imports the nomination of the gentleman?
of Laertes.
His purse is empty already. All the golden words are spent.
Of him, sir.
Oh, you are not ignorant.
I would you did, sir.
You are not ignorant of what excellence Laertes is.
I dare not confess that, lest I should compare with him in excellence. But to know a man well is to know himself.
I mean, sir, for his weapon.
What is weapon?
Rapier and dagger.
That's two of his weapons. But well,
The king, sir, hath wagered... Sir, that in a dozen passes between yourself and him, he shall not exceed you 3 hits. And it would come to immediate trial if your lordship would vouchsafe the answer.
and what if I answer no?
What I mean, oh my lord, the opposition of your person in trial.
If it please his majesty, 'tis a breathing time of day with me. Let the foils be brought, the gentleman willing, the king hold his purpose. I will win for him and can. And if not, I'll gain nothing but my shame and the odd hits.
Shall I deliver you, sir?
Oh, to this effect, sir, after what flourish your nature will.
I commend my duty to your lordship.
Yours. It is well to commend himself. There's no tongue else for turn.
You will lose, my lord.
I do not think so. I will win at the odds. But thou would not think how ill all's here about my heart. But 'tis no matter.
Nay, good my lord.
It is but foolery. It is but a kind of gain-giving that might perhaps trouble a woman.
If your mind dislike anything, obey it.
I will forestall their repair hither and say you're not fit.
Not a whit. We defy augury. There is a special providence in the fall of a sparrow. If it be now, it is not to come. If it be not to come, it will be now. If it be not now, yet it will come. The readiness is all. Since no man knows aught of what he leaves, what is to leave betimes? Let be.
Come, Hamlet, come. And take this hand from me.
Sir, I have done you wrong. But pardon it as you are a gentleman. This presence knows, and you must needs have heard, how I am punished with sore distraction. What I have done that might your honour exception, and nature most roughly awake, I here proclaim was madness. Was Hamlet wrongly Laertes? Never Hamlet. If Hamlet from himself be ta'en away, and when he's not himself does wrong Laertes, then Hamlet does it not. Hamlet denies it. Who does it then? His madness. And if be so, then Hamlet is of the faction that is wronged. His madness is poor Hamlet's enemy. Sir, in this audience, let my disclaiming from a purposed evil free me so far in your most generous thoughts that I have shot mine arrow over the house and hurt my brother.
I am satisfied in nature, whose motive in this case should stir me most to my revenge. But in my terms of honour, I stand aloof, and will no reconcilement, till by some elder masters of known honour I have a voice and precedent of peace to keep my name ungawed. But till that time, I do receive your offered love like love, and will not wrong it.
I will embrace it freely. And this brother's wager frankly play. Come, the foil.
Come, one for me.
I'll be your foil, Laertes. For in mine ignorance your skill shall like a star in the darkest night stick fiery off indeed.
You mock me, sir?
No, sir, by this hand.
Give them the foils, young Osric. Cousin Hamlet, you know the wager.
Very well, my lord. Your grace has laid the odds at the weaker side.
I do not fear it. I've seen you both. But since he is bettered, we have therefore odds.
This is too heavy. Let me see another.
This likes me well. The foils have all a length.
Aye, my good lord.
Set me the stoops of wine upon that table. If Hamlet give the first or second hit, or quit in answer of the third exchange, the king shall drink to Hamlet's better breath. And in the cup an union shall he throw, richer than that which 4 successive kings in Denmark's crown hath worn. Give me the cup. And let the kettle to the trumpet speak, the trumpet to the cannoneer without, the cannon to the heavens to earth. Now the king drinks to Hamlet. Come begin, and you the judge, bear a wary eye.
Come.
Come, my lord.
No! Judgment! A hit! A very comfortable hit.
Well, again, that's it. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Here is the vial.
I'll play this barrel first. Set it by a while. Come. Another hit. What's say?
A touch.
one shall win.
Here, Hamlet, take my napkin. Rub thy brows. Good man. The queen carouses to thy fortune, Hamlet.
Gertrude! Do not drink.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me.
It is the poison cup. It is too late.
I dare not drink yet, madam. By and by.
My lord, I'll hit it now.
I do not think it.
And yet it is almost against my conscience.
Let me wipe thy face. Come, Laertes! For the third! You do, Bodali. I prithee, pass with your best violence. I'm afraid you make a wanton of me.
Say you so? Come on. Nothing either way. Have a do now!
Nay then, come!
Part them! They're instead from the queen there! Oh!
They bleed on both sides.
Oh, it's Laertes. Why is the Lord cocked on mine own spring, Joseric? I am justly killed with mine own treachery.
How does the queen?
She swoons to see them bleed.
No! No! The drink! The drink! Oh, my dear Hamlet. The drink! The drink! I am poisoned! Close the doors! Treachery, second!
It is here! Hamlet! Hamlet, thou art slain. No medicine in the world can do thee good. In thee there is not half an hour of life. The treacherous instrument was in thy hand, unbaited and envenomed. The foul practice hath turned itself on me. Lo, here I lie, never to rise again. Thy mother's poison I can no more. The king's to blame.
Oh, the point and venom too. Then venom. To thy work!
Defend me, friends, I am hurt.
Thou incestuous, murderous, damned day! Drink of this potion! Is that you in here? Follow my mother!
He is justly served. It is a poison tempered by himself. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my mother's death come not upon thee, nor thine on me.
Heaven make me free! I follow thee! I am dead, Horatio. Wretched queen. And you, that look pale and tremble at this chance, but are but mutes or audience to this act. Had I time, as this fell Sergeant Death is strict in his arrest, oh, I could tell you. But let it be. I am dead, Horatio. Thou livest. Report me and my cause aright to the unsatisfied.
Never believe it. I'm more an antique Roman than a Dane. Here's yet some Nicholas.
As thou art a man, let go of the cup, by heaven, I'll have it! Oh, God, Horatio. What a wounded name. Things standing thus unknown shall live behind me. If thou didst ever hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity a while, and in this harsh world, draw thy breath in pain to tell my story. Oh, I die, Horatio. The potent poison quite outgrows my spirit. The rest is silent.